Right, so me and Nicola have just finished day's detecting. Thanks for that, Nicola. Thanks for coming down from London.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. Thank you. I've got
London.
A nice little pot full of little bits and pieces now.
Bits and pieces. We got the hammer between us, I like to say, you know. So for my viewers, I just wanted to ask you a few questions. There's 5 questions about your hobby.
Okay.
All right, for people who are interested in both hobbies. So firstly, how did you get into mudlarking?
Well, how did I get into mudlarking? Well, I grew up in Cornwall, and so I did a lot of beach combing when I lived down there, picking up bits of glass and shell and pottery, driftwood, that kind of thing. And when I moved to London back in about 1998, I found myself down on the foreshore of Greenwich, and it was a bit like a replacement beach.
Yeah.
And I started to notice lots of bits of glass, and should we wait for this? I started to notice lots of bits of glass and pottery around, and I hadn't realised, you know, that you could find these types of things down on the riverbank of the Thames. And I used to go down there just to get away from the hustle and bustle of London life. And then one day I found a coin, and after that there was just no going back. You know, the idea that you could actually find a coin that somebody had lost 100 years ago, and here I was, the next person to hold it. So it went on from there.
So you got addicted from that then?
Yeah.
Cool. Obviously, a lot of metal detectorists are interested in the Roman gear, so just wondering how much Roman gear is found on the Thames foreshore.
Roman coins do come up fairly frequently, especially, you know, near the centre of London, I suppose, where the Romans
It's quite
were.
a mecca one of Roman
so,
activity.
you know, Roman coins do come up, but I mean, you know, I think the pottery is nice to find. I've got quite a lot of Roman pottery at home. I've got a lovely Roman mortarium and a beautiful poppy head beaker. So, you know, I've been really fortunate. I've got some lovely Roman.
Got some intact.
Yeah, I
pottery
don't
over
actually
here.
have a Roman coin from the Thames foreshore. I mean, it's fairly rare to find a Roman coin on the Thames, but I do have some pottery, and I do have a lovely Roman coin that I actually found detecting.
Brilliant. Perhaps you can send me some photos of the Roman pottery to put in my video.
I will, definitely.
Brilliant. Favourite 3 finds?
Oh, my favourite 3 finds. Okay, well, I love finds that I can link to a personal place from the past, you know, because it just makes the story so much richer. And one of my favourite finds is a brass luggage tag with the name of a World War I soldier.
Oh, brilliant.
Fred Jury. And just because there was his name and his address, I was able to find out so much about him. He went to Australia, he fought to join the Australian Imperial Force for some reason. Why he travelled over there still, I don't know. But then he went over and he fought in the trenches in France. He came back, he married his landlady, and I found out where he was buried in a pauper's grave. So that's my first favourite find. Second has got to be a lovely Queen Elizabeth I silver half a crown, which was a real delight to find. Absolutely amazing. Very close to where she was born, so that was quite special in Greenwich. And one of my favourite finds is also a beautiful 17th century onion bottle, which I found it broken, and then I got all the pieces and I stuck it together. So.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
An onion bowl, like a pickled onion bowl?
No, you know, like an old-fashioned bottle in the 17th, 18th century. There's these very bulbous bottles.
Oh, the shape of an onion.
Onions.
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
And they call them onion bottles.
Oh, right, brilliant.
It's a very old
I'll have to look them up.
Mm.
So, obviously, I think you've kind of answered this already, but what do you love most about mudlarking?
What do I love most about mudlarking? I love the fact that you can find these little objects and they can just reveal a huge story, even if they're tiny objects. I found a tiny button which must have belonged to a prison guard from Millbank prison, and I'm sure you can imagine the stories associated with that. It just captures your imagination, I think.
Yeah.
And it's also very relaxing down on the Thames foreshore. You know, you've got the water and you can just be in your own little world.
For mental health and things like that.
It's the act of searching and the fact that you never know what you're going to find, but you know you'll find something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, with metal detecting, obviously you're finding these things in situ, whereas on the Thames foreshore they've been washed up. When they're in situ, you can sort of build a picture up of the history of the land. So that's kind of why I do it as well. Last question: what are the things you most like about metal detecting, which has similarities to the mudlarking?
It's just that being able to wander off into a field and just get lost in your own thoughts, really.
Yeah.
And just walk around, and you're searching for. You don't know if you're going to find anything, but it's just. I just love wandering around on my own in field. That's strange, isn't it? But
a lot of mental health sort of stimulation.
Yeah.
Is why you do both, is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's just, I find it calming, and you're very much in the moment when you're searching for things. You're not really, you're not thinking about the past or the future. You're not worrying. You're just very much in the moment, looking for things, and it's just a nice place to be. And I find it very calming and centering. And then, every now and again, you get that little thrill when you get a signal. And so, and when you're somewhere like we've been today, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw an owl fly out of the tree in front of me. You got sheep trotting around. It's
horses.
Yeah, horses,
birds,
cows, birds, butterflies. It's just the whole combination of it. It's just lovely.
Well, I totally agree. I get pleasure in all of that as well. That's kind of why I want to do a collaboration with yourself, so much appreciated. And
my pleasure.
Hopefully we can invite you back when we've got some arable fields available.
Yeah, I'd love that. Well, thank you very much. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm going to go off and have another look at what I found now.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.